Hey guys, Forex class from BK Forex. Welcome to our Forex Daily Technicals for 9/11/13. Dollar Yen Breakout. There's always trading foreign exchange on margin. Carries a high level risk. I ask you to read this disclaimer very carefully to understand a little research you're trading on margin and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Well, Dollar Yen definitely the story of the day today in terms of price action because we cleared and held. I'm just trying to see if I can pull this thing over here. We cleared and held the 100 level, staying here at around 136, relatively close to the day's highs. And the key question here is obviously 150 as the key takeout zone, and then beyond that, the move then goes into the 101 to 101.50 as the resistance area. We're sort of now approaching this above 100 area, and if we can push through here, it really opens up potentially a much stronger run all the way out to test the yearly highs. Tell a change of sentiment, I think, in dollar yen in many ways because obviously we had risk on and a sentiment off of Syria. We have the belief now that taper is eventually going to come, even in a more moderate form. U.S. economy continues to do relatively well, and more importantly, global growth, especially China, continues to support the risk-on environment. So overall, big change of sentiment. As I said a couple days ago, if we went above 100 and closed after having such a negative run over here, that would be very bullish. Let's see if this holds true. And if this prediction comes true in the sense that we do have further continuation here as the yen progresses. This obviously very bullish for all the yen crosses. We can go through some of them. I think the most interesting one, of course, is pound yen, which is now at multi-year highs, and we have UK data in front of us. So there's potential here really to run all the way out to possibly 159, 160. Aussie yen has also done very well, running through the really slow connections here, running through the 93s, and now we're like targeting 94, 95s on the Aussie yen, and even Kiwi yen is doing very well, close to the 8100s here. So all the yen crosses are doing well. Euro yen is the only one that's sort of lagging, and Euro yen, where's my Euro yen? The Euro yen trade really, well, it's actually relatively close. I was going to say it doesn't really come into play until the 34s. But we're close. We're 34, 33.14, so it's possible we can test this double top here at 34, and a break there obviously opens up a run towards the 35s. So a lot of potential here. Yen crosses, I think, key story of the day today. Back to the majors. The euro was the least interesting. It sort of had an inside day here today, kind of consolidation day. Generally, inside days, we're obviously looking to break the high or the low here to give us directionality. 3,300 still seems like a viable trade here, depending on how the European session goes, but it seems like we clearly get capped at the 80 level. But if we can break the 80, it opens up the run towards the 3300s, and the resistance there then is 3320. So the euro has still a little bit more upside potential to go. Cable is much more interesting because it's really now at a very key point. This 5750 has been a very, very big overhead resistance for a long time. We failed here once. We're now at the cusp here right now. Positive data tonight that could push us through the 50s, could really then create enough momentum, possibly take us all the way to 58s and create fresh new highs over the last several months, and that could be a very interesting trade here. So cable to me is probably the most interesting for the night. And the other one that's been very strong, we've been talking about the recovery on this for a while here, is Aussie. Aussie has certainly cleared 92s yesterday, cleared 93s today, and now 93.50 looms very much in the landscape. If we can hold and close above 93.50s, it really puts us on a path towards 95s. That means we've sort of really tested this double bottom, found a lot of value, and now look to be trading all the way towards a much more substantial recovery, squeezing the shorts, the late shorts, very heavily. So that's kind of how the night sets up. It's very little data in front of us except for the UK data on the labor side, but a lot of key interesting price points to start with, including dollar yen, pound dollar, and less on the Aussie dollar and the euro dollar. Wishing you guys the best of luck, the best of trading. This is Boris Schlossberg, BK Forex, over.